Good morning, everybody. Morgan SLV here. Once again, thanks for joining me today. Today's date, 9/13/2010. Well, another update for silver, $20.12, gold $12.46. One of the things that I want to caution everybody out there is, don't be a fence sitter. I mean, I know that I often say, if you're going to go make a purchase, wait for a dip. Well, although I think we have many dips to come in the future, none of those are guaranteed. So, you really got to watch out for that, right? You need to pay attention to it. The fundamentals are definitely driving the price of silver and gold higher, much higher. And so I really caution people. A lot of people come to me and say, well, do you think it's a good time to buy real estate right now? And I say, well, it depends on what you're buying it for. If you think you're going to buy it and 5 years from now turn around and sell it for a profit, you're mistaken. In my book, you're mistaken, right? So, but if you're at a point in your life where you can go ahead and make your purchase, maybe cash. Maybe you got an inheritance and you found something that you want to buy and you don't mind the value going down because you have to live somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of factors in there. For me, bottom line is, I got to be honest with you, if I could get the stuff to cash flow now, I'd probably buy right now, but I'm not in that position at this time. My metals haven't popped. I'm not going to leverage any of the other property I own at this time. I'm going to play it pretty cautious, really very cautious, okay? I want to go over something. Our published debt in the U.S. is $13.8 trillion. If you add in unfunded liabilities, it's somewhere between $75 and $125 trillion. Okay? One of the problems that countries can face is here. Let me point out a major problem, a major crossroad that happens, and pretty much every time it happens, the country either has a default. It has to default in some form on their debt. Once our debt load passes 100% of GDP, we can never pay it back. Meaning that all the examples that I can find in history, that once a country surpasses their GDP of 100% debt load, they can't pay it back, right? So the bottom line is, I think you have to hope for the best, but prepare and expect the worst, right? And so we all know what I'm doing with that. I'm stacking silver. There's going to be more bailouts to come. Barack Obama will not let California fail. Without a fight. He will not let Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. Our government will not stop the printing press. There's a side of me that says they're doing it on purpose. I mean, you got the Bilderberg group and all that. I mean, I don't know enough about that to jump on like the conspiracy theory wagon. I mean, I don't know. People call me a conspiracy kook just because I'm telling them the dollar's crashing. Well, Jesus, I mean, can't you guys figure this out? I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, look at your purchasing power in 1913 and look at it now. The dollar is crashing. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I don't mean to get upset, but it's a no-brainer, right? You guys need to figure this out. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. I looked him right in the eye. I said, Doug, are you going to buy silver? And he got real uncomfortable. I said, look. He goes, well, my dad says it's kind of risky. Now, his dad... I'm not going to go into it too much, but I don't believe he's a very savvy investor, okay? He's a great guy. He's a master carpenter. Their house is beautiful. They live in a really nice spot in my area. God, it's really gorgeous. But my fear is this. He's the good son. They have one son that's not all that great, and he's a good son. And here's the bottom line. I told him one day, I said, look, what if everything goes wrong and all you can do is pay their house off and you guys have a place to live for the rest of your life? Right? With your precious metals. So I told him, I said, if you want risky, keeping the dollar, in your closet or whatever, and hoping it's going to go up, that's a guaranteed loss. You will have a guaranteed loss of purchasing power. And so I basically told him, I said, look, I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee what silver's going to do. I can't guarantee that you're not going to buy too high and sell too low. I can't guarantee that. But at least you got a shot. But with the dollar, you got a guaranteed loss. Another thing, there's 829 banks on life support. 50 to 60% of those are going to go belly up. That's according to the statistics I was studying today. Soon the FDIC will be there with their hand out, right? They're going to have their hat out like everyone else. And more cash. What will that do? What will that do? If you've got 50 to 60% of these banks that are going to be standing there with their hand out. I don't know if this is, like President Obama, I guess, was quoted, there's going to be $1 trillion deficits as far as the eye can see. Well, that's not going to work out for our currency. It's not. And if you are saving in our currency, you are in trouble. Now here's another thing. Soon the planet is going to take evasive action against the dollar. Because if they are being paid in dollars and they constantly see the dollar under attack from our government, sooner or later, I believe the world population will wake up. And what is going to happen is, it's like a domino effect, right? Or, the butterfly effect, right? Where the butterfly flaps its wings and causes a shock wave to go around the whole planet. And so, I believe that's what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to work out. And they're going to be taking evasive action, against our weakening dollar. Another thing that I just heard today, when the main core derivatives, of our financial institutions, our government, our way of doing business, when those finally purge themselves, his exact quote was, "The horror and shockwave will affect our country for generations." The horror and the shockwave will affect our country for generations when our derivatives finally collapse. Same person says silver will probably outperform most other metals. He believes that in the not too distant future, it will return to its normal mean between silver to gold ratio, and then he expects for a short time parity. In other words, 1-to-1. So if you're thinking, $2,300 an ounce for gold, that's $2,300 an ounce for your silver. And I can tell you right now, if that happens to me, what a great thing, because then I'll be able to help other people. And that's a huge thing on my list. I got to be honest with you. It's, I know I said this before, but I know the main reason I believe that most of us are sharing is not because we think we're going to make money from this or whatever. It is because we care about other people. And the other thing that I'm doing, as you guys know, that I'm getting my other websites up and functional and everything. And I've brought in a partner. I call him, his name's Junior, and it's very cool. He's taken my advice. He bought a lot of silver and gold, and man, he's looking good. I'm so happy for him. He's another good son. He's helping his mom out. Parents were divorced. She makes a decent income, but even a decent income is no guarantee in this economy, right? Everything is going up. And so another thing that I had said to a lot of the young folks that I've been in contact, I work around a lot of young people, and I told them, I said, you're going to start to see things like I saw when I was a kid, where multiple families live in one home. And so it does my heart good to help other people. That is like a huge goal for me. Now, I believe that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And, I don't see anything wrong with that. And so anyway, study up, guys. Schiff, Maloney, Da Vinci J15, Silver Futurist, Morgan SLV, I hear he's not bad. Anyway, I'm out.